many years we did ignore it, but I think we've got to find out, again, the root of why there is homelessness here. And so I believe that that's probably one of the biggest challenges that our government officials have to take in consideration, because they get a lot of heat for it.
Neighborhoods like North Park are being impacted more and more now as development happens downtown, and homeless are sort of being pushed. Those that might be living on the streets in that area, they're being pushed more into the uptown neighborhoods, so we are seeing more and more in that area.
I lived in this neighborhood when I was younger, and basically I guess I stuck myself here.
People are more understanding here, so they don't end up bothering them, or cops don't end up getting called and telling them to move. I also think it's just because it's a comfortable place.
Homelessness in the city of San Diego since last year has gone down around 8%. Homelessness among veterans has gone down around 16%. However, unsheltered homelessness has gone up around 20%. So what you're seeing is, while folks are getting housed, there are a lot more people visually on our streets.
It's really difficult to find places for folks who have very bad credit histories, no prior rental experience, for the folks who have been on the streets for really long periods of time, to help them, acquire enough income to afford the rental vacancies that there are, and then there aren't that many right now.
Also a national problem. I mean, wages are, minimum wage hasn't kept up with the cost of living. San Diego has one of the highest costs of living in the country.
If they were to raise the minimum wage, I think there would be less homelessness.
You're never going to be able to actually stop somebody from falling on their luck one day, losing their job, having maybe an incident happen to them that leads to their homelessness. There's always going to be people that fall in hard times and wind up on the street.
2 different rehabs for 2 years apiece, and got my life straight. And I slipped. I ended up coming back down here. I'm back in the streets again.
I was living in Reno, Nevada, and I was working the 9 to 5, job thing, and I was just super unhappy. So then a couple of my friends got a van and decided to travel. So yeah, I was traveling with them for a while, and then we ended up, the van broke down here in OB. So we all went our separate ways, and I've just been kind of stuck here between OB and North Park. Haven't really been able to get out.
Things were not looking up in the previous state that I was in, so we moved here. We thought we had a place, but it fell through, so for a while we were sleeping in our car, because there's not a lot of people that take VASH vouchers or Section 8 vouchers and stuff out here.
My mother, she wasn't able to live out here in San Diego no more, so she left, and it kind of just left me out here too when I was 18. So ever since then, I lived with some family members that didn't work out. I lived with some friends that didn't work out, and then I was living in a garage for a while. Yeah, it just, being young as well, a teenager when I first became homeless was very difficult.
We don't have enough funding from the federal government to house everybody. We don't have enough available units to house over 8,000 individuals that are homeless on our streets in the county of San Diego.
We don't have enough room. We need more funding. Some people choose to remain on the street for numerous reasons. They have severe mental illness, bad experiences with systems.
I live better where I'm at right now. I'm out here. I'm surviving. I know how to survive. I got these, my buddies over here. We know how to work together,
An organization sometimes isn't always the best, and neither is food or shelter.
The city wants to help them, but some of the methods in which they do so are counterproductive. It's like sometimes their idea of helping is, okay, let's just move them out of this area into another one.
Excited. It's a cool place to be for right now. The cops are, pretty cool. A lot easier than OB. Don't get harassed as often.
People should really think that one day that could totally be them. That could be anybody, because you never know when something might happen, a roadblock might happen to where you lose everything. So I think as far as homeless people are concerned, I would really like people to stay humble.
Anyone can experience homelessness. Most folks are just, a missed paycheck away or an unforeseen medical expense away from being on the streets.